Hello, water signs. So glad to have you here with me. This is Dot, and this is Dragonfly Soul Tarot. And how have you been? Have you been jumping out of bed every day, just so eager to get on with your day? Or have you been sticking really tight to your New Year's resolutions, making sure that everything is on track? Well, if you're like me, you may be at this point in the winter, so close to spring, but it's still not quite spring, kind of lacking a little bit in motivation, a little bit lacking in the get up and go area. So this is my Motivate Me spread, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 3 cards to see where we are and what we're going through, maybe if there's see if there's some sort of blockage, and then hopefully the following 3 cards that I choose will be some sort of advice, some sort of motivational or inspirational message. But before we go on, I want to say thank you for everybody who has subscribed, liked my videos, and commented. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for participating and being part of the community. I'm floored by your participation. It's fantastic, and a special shout out to those who are making my continued work in this channel possible, who have been ordering my readings. Thank you so much for ordering my readings. I hope that I have lived up to my expectations as a reader for you. So without further ado, we will be getting into Pisces now. So this is the reading for Pisces. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to be cutting the cards and choosing 3 for Pisces to see where you are currently in your motivational state. All right, let's take a look and see what the cards say, okay? So the first card is the 2 of Wands. Second card is the Page of Wands. A Page of Swords, sorry, Page of Swords. I don't know, maybe I need a sip of coffee. Hang on. Excellent, okay. And the 4 of Coins. All right, so there seems to be some sort of internal emotional maybe some anger. I see some anger because the Page of Swords is likely to lash out, but it's very controlled. It's very controlled. I don't see the 5 of Swords, so I don't see any temper tantrums going on right now, but it's very controlled. You're very angry, and you're kind of dealing with a big decision, and because the 2 of Swords is looking off into that particular direction, in opposition to the Page of Swords. Did I say the 2 of Swords or 2 of Wands? The 2 of Wands is looking off into that direction. The Page of Swords is looking off into this direction. See, there's more conflict there. There's lack of communication, and what communication there is kind of not coming from a place of maturity, coming from a place of reaction. And this card here also says there's a lack of generosity, lack of sharing, lack of communication. So leads me to believe that it may be a romantic standoff, although this could be a situation in your work situation where you have not received what you were hoping that you would have received, and you are now kind of 2 minds, wondering whether it's best to walk away or stay in it. And see, the 2 of Wands is looking off into that direction, the opposite direction of what's going on here, holding the world in his hands, and that to me has pulled the message that states the world is in this direction. It's not in continuing to deal with this immature situation over here, because there's definitely lack of communication. When there's lack of communication, nothing gets resolved. It's stuck. It's not moving forward. It's not moving back. It's just stuck. And nobody wins, and time goes by, and life is wasted when you're in this holding pattern here. Okay, so let's draw 3 more cards, Pisces. Let's see what the message is for this. We have the Knight of Swords. Wow. We have the 3 of Coins and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Putting yourself out there will lead to a new relationship. So this card is communication. This card is putting yourself in front of the proper people who need to know what you have to say, and that will lead to relationships. So this to me initially sounded like a relationship issue, and it still seems to me like a relationship issue. Although if it is a job issue, perhaps it's time to get your work out in front of the people who will lead you to a new beginning in terms of your career. But this is, and we have the Knight of Swords moving off into that direction. So that to me would indicate leaving behind this negative, cutting. See, the communication that comes with the Knight of Swords, it's not well thought out. It tends to come out hurt, even if we don't intend to. When we communicate with the energy of the Knight of Swords, we are communicating, yes, but the words come out, and afterwards we regret what we have said. Okay, so not only that, the Knight of Swords is cutting something off very quickly, in a sudden fashion. So it's a sudden ending to something brought about by your decision. So this decision that you're making, the cards are advising you to make it, and make it quickly, so that there is less emotional complication, so to speak. Because sometimes people, like if you're leaving your job and your boss is depending on you, but it's just such a toxic environment, and you have found another job and you're moving on, you need to cut it off very quickly so that, it doesn't get messy. Words don't come out that shouldn't be said, that you can't take back, because it's very tricky dealing with the communication when you have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so you need to cut something off quickly before it gets ugly, and you need to put yourself in front of the people who can give you what you want. Okay, romantically, this could be you have now gotten fit, and your confidence is at an all-time high. Get yourself in front of the people who could be possible partners for you, and there's a good chance that you will find a partner. And we mentioned already, if this is a job that you are leaving, make sure you have everything in a row before you leave, so that you can leave cleanly and not have a messy a messy scene, because to me the Knight of Swords is a messy scene. Okay, you don't want a messy scene. So to avoid a messy scene, make sure you are prepared and put yourself in front of the people who can help you the most, and you will find what you are looking for. Have faith that you will find what you're looking for, but you need to get past this stuck energy here of the Two of Wands and the Four of Coins. And because when communication does come, it may be messy, so you need to make it quick and painless. Does that help, Pisces? It could apply in a romantic situation, could apply in a career situation. So whatever you need to leave behind, whatever situation you need to leave behind, make sure that you take all steps so that it doesn't become a messy scene, because you are moving on to something new. Okay, it's time for you to take what you have and put it in front of the people who can bring you this renewed happiness. All right, Pisces. I think that is a very hopeful message. I think that is a very inspirational message, and I think you will do well in whatever situation that you find yourself in. Okay, Pisces. So thank you so much for being here, Pisces. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to stop the camera now and shuffle the cards, and I'm going to come back with the reading for Cancer. Hold, please. Hello, Cancers. Thank you for being here. Today we are doing what I'm calling your motivational spread, but it could be in looking for an inspirational message or just a little bit of advice. We'll have to see what the cards say. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards, which is going to indicate to me what your current situation is, whether you're stuck or what you're going through, just a little overview. And then we'll pull 3 more cards, which will give us a hint, some sort of advice, some sort of message that we could help us deal with whatever it is that we're dealing with. In the main message. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, Cancers, here we go. I am going to cut the cards. And the first card for you, Cancers, is the Knight of Wands. Second card is the Ace of Wands. Third card is the Knight of Cups. Well, Cancer, someone doesn't seem to need a motivational message right now, because you are definitely moving ahead. There's communication. There may be a new love interest. This is the first love situation that has actually jumped out in these readings because of the Knight of Cups combined with the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is lots of messages back and forth, fieriness, passion, and this could be a passionate connection as well. The Ace of Wands and definitely the Knight of Cups is also indicative of a romantic connection, and the Knights are movement, lots and lots of movement. So in terms of motivation, there is something motivating you. There is a connection motivating you. Somebody whose heart you want, somebody who you want closer to you, and you are doing what it takes in order to get to know them right now. It doesn't seem like it is something that's been ongoing for a while, although if you are in a permanent relationship, this could be a renewal of vows of sorts. So this seems to me like it may be some sort of preparation for some sort of party, some sort of romantic party, some sort of celebration. of an anniversary or something. I don't know what made me say that, but this just rings to me of some sort of renewal of vows, because there's so much communication here, so much passion, and so much romance. It's just screaming to me like you have something on your mind, and you are pursuing. This is you pursuing this, either this new level in a current relationship, or this relationship, this person who has caught your eye. You are in pursuit, and this is occupying your mind at this particular point in time. And everybody knows that when we are in love, we don't need we don't need no stinking motivation. It comes to us naturally because, well, love is like the main motivating factor in our lives. Everybody wants to be loved. I mean, every time I put up a love reading, it gets swamped. So, well, if everybody only put up love readings, it would be pretty boring. Okay, so I'm just trying to do something different here. But Cancers, it seems to me that there is some romantic involvement that is taking up all of your time, and there's a lot of movement in your life, there's a lot of planning, and there's a lot of pursuit on your end to make this really wonderful. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have the World card. Fantastic. And we have the Tower. Oh. And we have the Judgment card. Okay, this is a little confusing. There is a new start in a romantic relationship, but it comes at a price. It's coming at a price. Something is ending, or something has ended, and you are taking what you have learned before, because you've come into a new section of your life. Whenever I see the World, it's like a new chapter in the story of your life. So whatever it is that you are pursuing, you've paid a high price for it. Or are going to have to pay a high price for it. So the Judgment is an excellent card in terms of romance, as it indicates a complete renewal of your romantic state. But the only card that concerns me here is this Tower in between. If it was over here, I would say that you were through with it, but there may be something that you are going to have to deal with if you are in the middle of a divorce. There could be like another complication, or there may be something that you don't know about this particular person, or whatever it is. It's a challenge. But the thing is, once we encounter this challenge, I mean, it's never anything that we can't deal with. Okay? It just comes as a surprise. It's terribly, terribly inconvenient. It's annoying. Sometimes it's a little bit destructive, like it'll cost us money. But whatever it is, it's not the ending. The Towers, I don't believe, are ever really endings. The Towers are just, oh, great, now I have this to deal with, right? So once you come up with a solution for the Tower, it goes away. Okay, so once he's like, okay, I have this to deal with, okay, well, I'll deal with it like that. It's inconvenient, it's a pain in the neck, but there's a solution, and as soon as we find the solution, we can move forward. So whatever it is, and this, this may not be someone new. With the Judgment card, the Judgment is, to me, the Judgment is the renewal of something from the past. I don't see the Six of Cups here, so this may be someone who has been close to you for a long, long time. If it is not renewal of vows with the person that you are with, this may be a situation where you have been in love with someone for a long, long time, and it's finally you're finally able to have them in your life. So yeah, you're letting go of a phase of your life. You have a high price to pay for this new love, but this is what you've been waiting for. This is someone you have been in love with for a long time, and it's finally happening. Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps when I said that. Cancers, I really wish you the best in this luck, in this love situation, because it seems to me like this is someone whom you've been waiting for a long time, and you're quite willing to pay this price, whatever it is, in order to come to this place. Okay, so it's going to be a high price to pay, but once you decide, okay, I'm going to do it, it's going to be wonderful, okay? And you're going to leave the past behind. So, Cancers, wow. Please comment below if this is ringing true to you, and let me know what this Tower is, because, you know, this whole reading reads like a love story that's been going on for years and is finally coming to fruition. But what could this Tower possibly be? This high price that you must pay to get this this wonderful love into your life. I would love to know. Thank you so much for being here, Cancers. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. I'm going to shuffle the cards and then come back with Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here today. This is Dot, and we are doing your motivational message reading to see if you need any motivation in any areas of your life. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 3 cards as your current situation, you know, see if you are stuck in any particular situation, and then afterwards I will pick 3 more cards to see what the message is, what the motivational, inspirational advice is going to be for you, Scorpio. So, without further ado, I am going to cut the cards and we are going to get into the reading. There we go. Okay, Scorpio, your first card is the 8 of Swords. Then we have the 2 of Cups. And we have the Magician. All right. Okay. So, 2 of Cups. Scorpio is in love. He has met someone who has, he or she, sorry, has met someone who has lit something within them and brought out their desire to become a better person. But there is something standing in the way. What is it that is standing in your way, Scorpio? You want to pursue this person. If you are attached, this seems to me like you are of 2 minds with the situation. Because to me, this Magician person here seems like a new person. It seems to me, Scorpio, like you may have suddenly developed an interest in another person. You find them fascinating, you find them eclectic, you find them like the more you dig on this person, the more they surprise you, and you want to be with them, but something is holding you back. If you are with someone already, this is going to apply to only a few people who have just met someone who has piqued their interest. So, as I mentioned in past videos, if you are in a happy relationship, do not fly off the handle just because you see this reading. If you have your doubts, please bring it up with your partner. If you know that this situation is already going on, then take steps to find some counseling to deal with it. Okay, so you are thinking outside the relationship, Scorpio. Not all Scorpios, as I just mentioned, but many Scorpios have met this person who have lit a fire under their heart, and really they have this fascination with this person. And it's not only a physical fascination, it's about the whole package of this person, because this person is just so different. You know, sometimes you meet somebody, I don't know, I'm speaking to singles out there. You meet someone and they're just so totally different from everybody that you've always met, and they just capture you with the fact that they are different. Is just, they're fascinating. You see, Scorpio, you're fascinated with this person. You want them in your life, but for some reason you're not doing anything about it. And this is why it leads me to think that this may be some sort of situation where a Scorpio may be already attached but has met this person but will not ever do anything about it. A Scorpio is in love with this person outside the relationship but will not act on it. Or a Scorpio is in love with this person outside the relationship but cannot act on it, and thinks they cannot act on it. So you are stuck. You want this person in your life, and it's not you're in some sort of bind where you cannot move forward in this relationship. Yeah, that's it. This bind keeps you from moving forward in this relationship. Whether you are single or attached, you cannot move forward in this relationship for some reason. Let's see if the cards will give us some advice, Scorpio. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. Oh, wow, goodness. Okay. What what a confounding set of cards to indicate advice for a relationship in which you cannot move forward. Oh. Why would the 9 of Swords be advice for you? Perhaps it is bringing to mind that this is something that you need to deal with in the real world, because this confusion, this confoundment is in your head. What concerns me here is that we have the 10 of Cups on one end and the 6 of Swords on the other end. I have said many times that I see the 10s as the next step, okay? Even though the 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card in terms of family, love. Okay, so sorry about that, Scorpio. My battery died, and I'm not quite sure at what point the battery died. I hope it was not too far back. But as I was saying, when I first noticed that my battery had died, the 10s, I see the 10s of Cups, the 10s of Coins as the next step. Even the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, you know, as bad as they may be, it's the next step getting better. But the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Coins, as good as they may be, it's the next step wondering, is this all there is, right? So to me, this 10 of Cups here is like, is this all there is? And you're concerned that you are missing out on your life, and you are moving towards finding that that thing with which makes you completely happy. I mean, look at all the the explosions, sort of like orgasmic explosions off into the distance here, and you're moving towards those explosions. So and they are up in the sky, in the celestial vista. So it may be there may be an aspect of illusion to it, but this seems to me it smacks of dissatisfaction, the Ten of Cups. And I'm sorry if you disagree, but I read the cards as a tableau, not as individual cards. Okay, not usually. So this response to me is, are you really satisfied? Are you missing out? Time to go for time to go for it. Go for what makes you happy, because you seem to have achieved all that you wanted, but the thing is it all you've wanted? You know, careful what you wish for, because you might just get it, but then once you've gotten it, maybe it's not what you've wanted. So to me, this message is go for it. The message is go for what makes you happy. You could be happy here. It's going to be tough if you move to this new situation, this new love, but you're stuck. You're stuck in between. You choose. It's your choice. You either go or you stay. If you stay, you stay in the 10. The 10 in the 10 of Cups is this all there is? It's wonderful, but is this all there is in life? Or you move into the future, into a new situation where you don't know what is coming for you, but you're hoping that you end up in these orgasmic explosions of love, lust, romance, happiness, all this that you are striving for. Okay? So it's your choice. Are you going to continue striving, or are you happy? Are you happy where you have settled? Okay? Wow. This is definitely polarizing here, because everything that I thought in the first three cards has been confirmed by the outcome cards here, by the advice. Well, it's not really advice, right? Basically, they're saying it's up to you. If you are happy where you are, appreciate it. If not, move towards what will make you happy. You have only one life. We don't get this is not a dress rehearsal, right? You only get one chance to be happy. Are you going to be happy with what you have, or are you going to be happy striving for, that wonderful dream up in the sky somewhere? Okay, Scorpio, yours was your response, your advice was a little bit more indefinite. It put the onus on you as to which option you would choose. The 10 of Cups is a very nice place to be, but you will always be wondering, is this all there is? This place is also an exciting place to be, because you're striving for having this wonderful person in your life, but you're going to be leaving behind something that is safe and secure and happy, and it's up to you. Okay, Scorpio, I do hope that was helpful. It was a very indefinite outcome, and I'm sorry about that. Sometimes the cards do not give a clear outcome. But in this case, this may be enough for many people. You know, this happily ever after may be enough for everybody, for many people. And then some cases, some people will need to be happy by moving towards that that other option. Okay, so thank you for being here, Scorpio. Thank you for being here, everybody. Remember to tell 2 friends about my channel, so if they need to hear these messages, they can know where to find me. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you again for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.